And let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me? Making sure you all can hear me. Can you all hear me? Mic check. Mic check. Let me know if y'all can hear me. There's no sound detected. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Greetings. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sound check. Sound check. TikTok. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, RX Mom. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Belinda. How y'all doing, man? Long time no see. I see you all yesterday, though. Hey, Belinda. Can you hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me on TikTok. Make sure y'all can hear me. Mic check. Just testing out. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Bella. I'm just making sure on TikTok that y'all can hear me. Hey, Rena. How you doing? Long time no see. Long time no see. Can y'all hear me or what? Taking a while to respond. So listen, hey Dolphina, how you doing? Guten Morgen, Guten Morgen, Guten Morgen. Well, I'm sorry. Guten Abend. That's good day. You know, hey, you all know I used to live in okay, good, you all can hear me. You all know I used to live in Germany for a couple of years, for like 5 years actually. So I understand some of the German language. Hey, hey, Jamisha. Just making sure this I'm good over here. I'm good over here. And make sure I'm good over here. I'm good over here. Um, I want to talk about something, man. That I want to talk about something that we might not be too aware of. Hey, Samara, how are you doing? I want to talk about something that we mightn't be too aware of. A lot of things going on. I speak to people on a daily basis. Hey, Philippa. I speak to people on a regular basis, especially women and men. I speak to men too. When it comes to dating and relationship, I think I'm in that zone, in that area where I speak, and it's not because, it's not because I call myself a coach or I call myself a guru. I just understand how our minds really work. I get how our thoughts really work. I get how our feelings really work. I get how our thoughts and our feelings connect to our reality or create our reality. And I get those things, and I think that's why many people, um, I think that's why many people don't really succeed when it comes to dating because of our projections. Advice you do give us. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you. I appreciate it. I understand how when you start to work in the world of creating, as people call it, manifestation, because I don't really like to call it manifestation, right? But when you begin to be conscious of the way how you create your life and the way how your thoughts are connected to your experiences, the way how life is empowered by your words or your thoughts and your feeling, then you must become aware of why we getting what we are getting. Why we are getting what we are getting. We getting nothing on the outside because we have nothing on the inside, right? We get nothing that we want on the outside because our minds are in a place of lack and unbelief. And when we have that space of unbelief and lack, we continuously project. We are continuously projecting a reality that we don't like. And we blame nature. We blame each gender. We blame the men or blame the women. We blame the ones that we are only focused on. Here's the problem. When you have a mindset of fear and lack, you're going to meet people and you're going to meet things. It's just not the things that you want. It's just going to be the things that you don't want because fear is what you don't want. Insecurities is what you don't want. Hey, Twitter, how are we doing? Right? Insecurity you don't want. Being alone, you don't want, or lonely, you don't want. And having all these things you don't want. So, of course, the people that you meet, you're not going to want them either. And so, instead of fixing the lack mentality, we continue our day, we go on with our lives, blaming the men, blaming the woman, right? Blaming the people, blaming what's happening around us, blaming our ex partners, our ex husbands, our ex wife. We blaming everybody for our own issues, and that's because we refuse to fix our thoughts. We refuse to be responsible for what we are thinking, and we blame someone else. Hey, Sandy, we blame someone else, and we credit someone else for our thoughts or for our lack of thoughts, and that's our big problem, man. That's what's happening around us. That's what we are experiencing. And so even when we get in relationships, we realize that they don't work because the way how our mind continue to project. Hey, Lisa, sympathies, what's up? How you doing, man? Even when you get into a relationship, the way how your mind begin to project and it creates your reality, you still think something is wrong with the outside. Do you know? Many of us look at the world that God created and blame it. We blame it because we don't have. We blame it because something is happening. We blame it because we don't like what we are thinking or feeling. We blame it because we don't like what we are getting. But one thing that what it is going on is that we refuse to take responsibility and accountability for what we are thinking or feeling. And the majority of us right now are feeling all type of anxiety or feeling all type of insecurities or feeling all type of fear. And when we get that on the outside, we justify what we get on the outside, and we say that's why we have these feelings. We say that's why we have these feelings and that's why we have this fear, because we don't realize that it's our thoughts that create our outside experiences. Lisa, how are you doing? I got two Lisas on here. But seriously, our projection. What's up, Dex? How are you doing? Our projection is what's whooping our butt. Kiana, I ain't seen in a long time. How you been? How you been? So even when we have relationships, even when we have friendships, even when we have something happens, you're already thinking negatively. Let me tell you this right here. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned on my journey is that when you plant a seed, just plant the damn seed and let the universe grow it. Let God do what it does. Let universe grow it how it grows it. Some of you worried about how it's growing. You worried about where we should be. You worried about what you want to. I mean, you worried about everything. You don't trust. Our issue is that we don't trust. And so we try to control. Thank you, Rayan. We try to control how it goes and how it grows and when it should be here and when it should be here, when it should be eye level and we are trying to control it. And the more you try to control it, you notice that the more anxious you become. I am thankful. How are you doing? Unstoppable. I like it. I like it. The train boy was good. The more you try to control it, right? The more you try to control it, it is the more anxious you are. You can't even enjoy it. Hey, Average Grid, how are you doing? We are trying to control how it grows. And I think that's what is screwing us up. So we don't enjoy relationship. We're trying to fix it. We don't enjoy the moment. We are trying to create the moment instead of enjoying the moment. The moment is already created. And this is why we don't have lasting marriages. We don't have lasting relationships. We don't date properly. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't increase ourselves. All we're doing is being scared to death. Thank you, Tinel. All we're doing is being scared. And fear, what fear gives you, man. What fear gives you, you don't realize what fear gives you. Fear gives off a projection to the universe that if anybody is in that presence of you when you are carrying fear and doubt, you don't understand that you turn them off without even knowing. Some of us are doing the things that we are afraid of the most, but we're doing it so easily. It's happening so easily with us. Our relationships are ducking so easily. You know what we are doing with our projection? We are avoiding all the good men and good women. We are avoiding them. We are literally avoiding the quality people based on the thoughts that you are choosing to uphold, the thoughts that you are choosing to carry around, the thoughts that you are choosing to focus on. You are actually literally You see what I'm saying? You are literally, man, you are literally avoiding the great people, the ones that you want. And that's what we're doing, but we don't know what we are doing because we are so blind. We are so unconscious. We are so unaware that you don't understand. You know, I keep saying this one thing right here. If you think about your mom calls. If you think about your father might show up. You think about your friend might just pop up into your house. You know, you think about that old time crush, and the old time crush send you an inbox on on WhatsApp or on Facebook. You send you a friend request on Facebook because you wake them up. Because when you think about something for so long, you awaken them. You awaken the experience. But when you think about the things that you don't like, you think that nothing happens. That's the confusing part. You know, you think about your mom. Your mom calls you instantly. Hey, I was just thinking about you. Of course, because that's how energy works. We are all connected. You know, I am connected to everything. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Jasmine. How are you doing? We are so connected to everything around us. We are so connected. So if we think about our mother, she calls. You think about your sibling is like, hey, what you doing? Right? Hey, Light, well then how we doing? You think about this and this happens, but you think about the drama and they think that drama won't happen. Because the way how you think about it, you see, the way how you think about it, you think that you're not welcome in it because you say, I don't like drama. Shukri, how we doing? I don't like drama. I don't want a man who cheats. I don't want a man who lies. And you think because if I say that, then that's what I get. And it is true. If you say that, that's what you keep getting. What you don't like because you are thinking about it. It's not about what you are speaking of, it's what you are thinking of. It's not what you are speaking of, it's what you are thinking of. You know, the scripture says in the beginning was the word. And I think we don't realize that, you know, and we quote the scripture every day. We quote this scripture. In the beginning was the word. John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the word. And we don't understand how powerful the word is. Even though the word became flesh. Even though the word created life. Even though the word walks among you here. It walks among you. It became flesh and walks among you. And you think that word is Jesus, right? Some of you are, is that Jesus? No, no, no. That's your word becomes in fruition. Your words is what you are living right now. See, your words, what you said yesterday and last week and 2 months ago, it is the physical form of evidence that this word take up. The word walks amongst you. And some of you can't understand. It's not about Jesus. Hey, Melita, how are you doing? It's not about Jesus. It's not about God. It's about you, your words, what you are speaking about. And the thing about you is that you think that your words is only spoken. No, your words is unspoken too. Your words is literally unspoken. It is thought of. And when you focus on your thoughts and you entertain your thoughts and give your thoughts power and give your thoughts energy and give your thoughts something that you call emotion. When you put your thoughts in motion, the emotion, take the thoughts and create a physical reality. And nobody understands that. Nobody understands that. So we think that we have the luxury of sitting around thinking trash all day. We really think that we have the luxury of sitting around going to bed, especially when you're going to bed. Especially going to bed. Do you know when you go to bed, when your mind is sleepy, when your energy is low, and when you are sleeping, your thoughts are overactive? Do you know that your thoughts are even more powerful, especially with your feelings involved at nighttime before you go to sleep? And when you are sleeping, it expands. And at nighttime is when you want to think all this trash. It's nighttime you want to think about this raggedy men. It's nighttime you want to bring all those fears. It's nighttime when you doubt love is real. It's nighttime when you go and think about your ex and what he did and what she did. It's nighttime you are doing those things. And this is why your life shows it every single day, because you are creating it even more. Hey, lovely. That's what we are doing. We don't realize that. And so we do it. You allow your mind to roam on all different places and give it the motion. And as you use your emotion to increase those thoughts and to create a reality of those thoughts, you still don't see what you are doing. And so you begin to blame. You begin to blame the supplies. You say the supplies are short. Money is short. The money is short, the men are short, the women are short. Nothing is good enough, and you don't even see you. You don't even see what you are doing. It is your duty, it is your job to mind your garden, your mind. It is your job to tend to your garden. You know, some of you, when you grow in when you grow in your garden, when you grow your garden outside of your house, every weed that comes up, you know what you do? You pull it because you don't want to see no weeds there. You pull it. When you look at your garden, you want to see just your plants that you planted. You pull those weeds quick. But when you look at the garden of your mind, you leave those thoughts there. You leave those thoughts to just grow. A matter of fact, you don't leave them to grow, you water them. You water your thoughts. You water them to grow because you give them emotions. You give them strong, not just regular emotions. You give them some strong emotions. You give it fear. You give it fear. You know how powerful fear really is? You give your thoughts fear. Fear. Hey, Carolyn, you giving your thoughts fear every single day. I hope this don't happen. I don't want this. What do you want? I don't want this type of man. I don't want this type of woman. I can't stand this type of man. I hope this type of men don't approach me. I hope this love don't find me. I hope these people don't bother me. I hope. And that's the fear that you have. And when you go to bed thinking that way, you expand those ideas and they come to you. Now, why do you think that you keep meeting those same people? Doing the same things. In the same reality. Same type of people. I'm having the same behaviors, speaking the same way. Why do you think you keep meeting them? Because that's what you think about all the time. So somebody asked me, Yasmin asked me, so what should we do? You got to tend to your garden. Everyone must tend to their own garden of their minds. That means you got to do your harvest. That means every day when you have a thought that's not, when it's not conducive to your desires, to your goals, when it's not conducive to your goal and you have a thought, you pull it. Don't feed it, you pull it. You don't feed it, you pluck it out. Hey, Miranda, you pluck that thought out. It's not conducive. If you want a healthy relationship and these thoughts all in your mind that men are garbage because you believe that you have sense or you believe that you have experience enough to make this conclusion. Do you know what I realize in life? I don't make conclusions because I think conclusions are pointless. The reason why we make conclusion is the death of all possibilities. That's what conclusion is. When you make a conclusion, it's literally the death of all other possibilities, and we don't even realize that. You're making a conclusion. You making a conclusion. There are no good men. There are no more good women. I saw somebody the other day said, all the men that are left are leftovers that nobody else wants. And I said, you are ridiculous. That's a foolish thought. A very foolish, ridiculous thoughts. That's like saying all the money that's leftovers in the world is money that people don't want. All the money that's left over, I can't have money because I don't know how to connect to the frequency of money. I don't know how to connect to the frequency of relationships. It's people actually saying, I don't know how to connect to a higher form of relationship. And instead of saying that, you curse the relationship. It's people who don't know how to become wealthy, who don't know how to use their minds and get in the vibration of wealth. It's people who don't know how to do that says, I hate money. I don't care about money. Money is no big deal because you don't know, you haven't learned how to connect to the frequency of it. And so you begin to think people stealing it, the rich people stealing this and this, and it's because you don't know how to connect to it. And when you don't know how to connect to a healthy relationship by using discernment, stop with all this shallow crap that we're doing, all the shallow stuff. Do you notice that the shallow stuff don't work anymore? You can be as shallow as you want. It's no longer working. The shallow stuff is no longer working. You can want the 6 foot guy with a six thing job. You can want a big old booty chick. You can want a woman this. The shallow stuff no longer works. And look at our people. Just look at us. Everybody's single. Everybody's in their own home, separated. It's like going to a dance party. Hey, Chesney, it's like going to a dance party when you were in middle school. The boys are over here, the girls are over here, and now we have just went up in age. Now we in our 40s and 50s. The boys over here, the girls over here, and look at what we're doing. Making a foolery. We making a mockery of ourselves because we don't know how to behave. We don't know how to look at things in a deeper way. We don't understand that our minds are ruining us, and nobody wants to hear that because you really think it's working. It's not working. I think 20 years from now, a lot of us are going to be miserable. I think 20 years from now, a lot of us are going to be miserable. I heard this lady say, all the men are leftovers that nobody else wants. And I said, how foolish can you be to say this? I didn't correct it because that's your opinion. That's your truth. But when your mind keep bringing you to those same people, when your mind, it's something about the mind that whatever is in it, it will push you, it will pull. It's crazy how the mind works. You did the leftovers? Miranda, you say leftovers are the best, huh? It's crazy how the mind works. What's up, NY? You say you're already miserable? It's crazy how the mind works. Whatever is in your mind, it pulls you to it. It's like the mind is a magnet. Whatever is in your mind, you attract. It just pulls you to that. That's how the mind really works. That's all the mind really is. It's your gift for being here. It's literally a gift, but we are using it as a curse because we don't know how to use it. It's like your iPhone. If you don't know how to use your iPhone, you're gonna think it's the worst thing ever. Because nobody teaches you how to, they just give it to you. They give you an instruction manual, but you don't take the time to read it, so you are lost. You know how to do the basic thing. You can text, you can, do a video, you can take a picture, but it's so many things that an iPhone can do, but you don't take the time to learn it. You don't take the time to figure it out. What you want to do, you just want to just open the box and just start playing. And so you think, it's not that serious, it's not that good, because you don't know how to use it. So when you talk about when you talk about the law of attractions, the law of vibration, the law of self-worth, the law of correspondence, you don't know how to use those things, so you don't know how to use you. Those things is about you. How are we going to talk about when we have an abundance of people here? An abundance of everything. I just saw a comment. Say you got some big biceps. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You just threw me off. I'm ready to learn. No love lost. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, we don't know how the mind works. So I see a lot of people. Social media would make you think all men are trash, won't it? And don't get me wrong, I know you met a couple of trash ones. Of course they are trash ones. Of course they are trash women. Of course they are trash either genders. They are trash, straight, homosexual, lesbian. They are trash. Everything has their trash. But for you to think it's the majority, something is off. Just because you have an experience of a couple times. Listen, I went through some things in my life, but I don't think it's a majority. Can't be the majority. Because the way the life that I live, and it's crazy, let me tell you how this works. I bought this car recently, about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and this past Sunday, this guy just came, knock on my door, older guy. I said, "What? Yes, how may I help you?" When I look outside, he had a car just like mine, a different color. Right? He drove he had a C8 Corvette, just like mine. So I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He like, "Hey, I just saw your car when I was passing by, and I wanted to just stop and invite you to, he said, I wanted to invite you to a group with all of us. We are, we are all veterans and we are all older and we just drive on weekends sometimes. We just ride." And I said, "Ain't that how this works? What you are is what you attract. What you have is what you attract. This is how this works. What you have is what you attract. I don't know why you are so against that. Because you don't want to know the truth about you. Because when you know what you attract, I can't attract this because this don't make sense. But it does make sense. What you have, it will find you every single time. It will find you. What you are will find you every single time. They will all find you. You can't hide from yourself. You cannot hide from yourself. And until you acknowledge this is my, it's great to understand if you know that this is my power, this is my strength, and this is my doing, then you can change what you are doing. Until you realize that you can't change nothing. Let's understand the part. Until you understand this is my doing, my life is my doing. Until you realize and understand that my life is my doing, you cannot create a better one. You can't run away from yourself. You can't run away from yourself. Right? They're running and they're running and they're running away. Thank you, Renee. They're running and you're running and you're running away. Running and you're running and you can't get away from yourself. You can't get away from yourself. You can't fake a vibration. I don't care about your standard. You can't fake a vibration. Your standards don't mean a damn thing. It's not about your standards. It's about your vibration. Some of you are hiding behind your standards. It doesn't work, does it? You can't hide behind your standards. Well, this is my standards. I don't care what your standards is. Your vibration is where you are vibrating. And if something in your life is not in that vibrational frequency, it cannot stay. Only that. In that vibe, you can keep your raggedy friends, right? You see how it's easy to keep your raggedy ass friends? But the good ones, you can't. Because you gotta do something. You gotta be mindful. You gotta be thoughtful. You gotta have to do it. You have to be intentional. Do you notice that? You can keep your raggedy ass friends all day. They ain't going nowhere. Why? Because they ain't got nothing better to do. You can keep the raggedy ass one day. But the ones who vibrate high, they don't stay. You have to mentor them. You have to tend to them. You have to make sure they stay. A lot of times, because we have to be mindful of what we say, what we do. And when we get in relationships, we think that we can say what we want to say and do what we want. No, that's not how it works. There are people right now. That have multiple of what you want. Some people want money. There are people right now with billions. It's not in lack. It's a high supply. There are people right now with 2 and 3 great men. Men who do anything for her. And here you are, you can't find one. It's not lack. There is no lack out there. The more you believe in lack is the less you have. And next reason why you can't have what you want is because you don't honor the law of giving and receiving. You can give, but when it's time to receive, you feel guilty. I'm telling you. When it's time to receive, you feel weird. When it's time for yours to give to you, you don't want it because I don't know, it's okay. I don't want. And somebody had to remind me one day. You know what somebody told me one day? What's up, Ray? How we doing, man? You know what somebody told me one day? Somebody said, Kirk, you keep blessing us with so much. And here I am trying to give something back to you, and you're not taking it. She said, Kirk, you blocking our blessings. Thank you, Just Take. Thank you so much. She said, if you don't take what we're giving to you, what we're offering you, you're blocking our blessings. I want to be blessed too. When she told me that, I said, oh my, I didn't even realize that. I don't know a book, Chastity. I don't know a book that have all those laws. These things I study mostly online and stuff. She said, you blocking my blessings because you're not even taking from me. You're the only one blessed because you keep giving. But when it's time for me to give to you, you keep rejecting it. You see, some of you are living that life. You have a man, you have a woman, and you can only give. And when you are not giving, When they give to you, you feel like they're probably looking down on you. Well, I don't want to be with nobody who can give me all these things because I feel guilty. Some of you will make it up in your mind. I don't care for somebody who have all these things because these things, because these things, because these things. Because if you have a man who give you things, you're gonna feel insignificant. You might feel less desired, and so you always find these men. Yep, that one indeed, Jasmine. You're gonna always find these men that you're gonna have to give to and give to and give to. Or this woman that you're gonna have to give to and give to, but you cannot get it back. They will never return to you because you don't believe in receiving. And once you don't believe in receiving, after a while it gets to you. When you don't believe in receiving, when you only can be a giver and not be a receiver, it gets to you sooner or later. It messes with you because you're gonna realize you're gonna be tired of giving, and when there's no reciprocation, when there is not given back to you, after a while you begin to question yourself. You begin to question your worth. You begin to question where you stand. You begin to question your own damn self because you don't believe in receiving. Because when you receive, it makes you relive your past life. It makes you relive that past experience when somebody maybe probably felt pity for you. Somebody feels pity. I don't want nobody to pity me. I don't want nobody to look down on me because I have to receive. I don't want nobody to judge me or criticize me. And some of us are not. We are not receiving. Listen, when you can't receive, you're gonna always find the ones who can receive for you. You're gonna always find the ones who are gonna take everything you got. You're gonna always find the ones who are gonna give to. You're gonna always find the one. I'm telling you, you're gonna always find the ones who are gonna take from you without question. And the takers don't have boundaries either. That's why some of you are be tired. I gave everything. I gave everything. And I get nothing left because you don't want anything. Because you have a belief system that's blocking you. I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you all, man, listen, but I'm telling you, we going into these things, a lot of us going in there, a lot of us, the reason why we don't get what we want also when it comes to relationships and dating is because, like I said, your projection of yourself. Your projection whooping your ass. You carrying a whole bunch of unhealed trauma, as you call it, unhealed trauma. You carry a whole bunch of feeling guilty, all this guilt and all this shame. You carry so much of those things. Hey, Paulina, you carry so much of these things that you don't even know that you're carrying it because it's been there for so long. So that you don't even realize. You're carrying these things, and so when you look at everything, you see all this flaws and you see everybody don't care about you. And I think you have to wake your ass up because a lot of times your relationships will never work because the one with yourself ain't working either. And many of you hide behind being single because you don't know how to cooperate with anyone else but yourself. Now you are gonna hate this. You hide behind being single because you don't know how to cooperate with anyone at all. You lack the skill to cooperate. Because some of you have so much trauma that you're afraid if I had to settle. Nobody wants to compromise. Nobody wants to, you just want, I'll be single because you don't want to cooperate. So you hide behind being single. And it's your business. But I think 20 years from now, I'm telling you, 20 years from now, a lot of us are going to be miserable. 20 years from now, a lot of us are going to be miserable. 20 years from now, a lot of us are going to be miserable. Hey, Marsha. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm telling you, a lot of us are gonna be miserable. You hide behind being single because you don't know how to cooperate. Everything triggers you. Everything makes you sad. Everything makes you insecure. Everything makes you angry. Everything makes you trigger. Everything makes you everything. And instead of dealing with your triggers, when I begin to deal with my triggers, and I realize I shouldn't be walking amongst people, and they shouldn't have to be so careful around me. My ego was too big. Self-acceptance, indeed. Listen, I'm serious. Many of us, we can't be around people because we are always triggered. How are you triggered? What's triggering you? What is going on? Your ego is, see, when you are easily being triggered, it's because your ego is too big. Yes, you say it's fear. Yes, we have been hurt. Yes, we have trauma. But your ego, that stuff lives in your ego. It's in your ego so deep. And so everybody triggers you. So everybody gonna walk around you on eggshells. Nobody wanna be around you. You're not fun to be around. This stuff is terrible. Your presence is terrible. Nobody wants to be around you because they have to be so careful with their speech. ever get motivated to practice or learn. That's because I'm ready, wanting to play guitar. I'm wanting the attention and the admiration that I will receive as a result of playing the guitar. So I find the real want that influences what you desire. I'm telling you, man. But it's the way how the world generally teaches, so it becomes commonplace, always finding fault instead of openly loving. Indeed, 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 indeed. And so many of us are finding ourselves hiding behind everything because we're not honest with ourselves. We're not honest. We hide behind. Do you know? Listen, when I realized, man, I spoke to, there was a video I responded to today. I made a video earlier. I made a video on Instagram. And the video was saying, listen, man. I said, the video was saying, hey, brothers, you have to uplift your woman. You have to lift your woman so high that no other raggedy ass men. And you know, I use that term all the time. I don't mean no disrespect by it. I just like the term, raggedy ass men. I say raggedy ass women too. No, nobody, it's not personal. I said, you have to uplift your woman. You have to lift your woman so high. You have to lift your wife up so high that no raggedy ass men can come close to her. And when you lift that woman up high, people got to step on stool and ladders to reach her. So they leave her alone. And so I had someone say something in the comments, bullshit. And I said, okay, why you say bullshit? Why you think, I said, why you think that's a bullshit message? Somebody doesn't respond, another guy. It's always men. And I get it. I get it, right? I get it. I understand. Hey, Southern girl. Oh, you saw the video, Jero? He said, fellas, you gotta, listen, you gotta stay on your purpose. It's not about lifting women. It's not about this. And when you stay on your purpose and such and such and such and such, and when you get to the place, a woman will come to you. What's up, JP? He said, your woman will find you. I said, but when she finds you, what you gonna do? Not lift her up? I said, the problem is you are so afraid to lose things. You are so afraid that if you get hurt, you are so afraid that if somebody leaves. Women, you are the same way, not just men. That's you and men. That's women and men. You are so afraid if, I heard women told me, you know what? I'm not going to do all these things and so that he can still cheat. You are worried about the wrong thing. I mean, if you plant a seed and thinking that it won't grow, it ain't growing. It's going to be a terrible seed. If you go for a job interview thinking that you might blow it and stuff, you're going to blow it. Because the way how your mind works, your mind is working against you. And you don't even know that you are the one projecting that on your partner. Sometimes you project so much crap and insecurities on your partner. You don't even know that it is a result of your thoughts mixed with their emotion that's creating a reality. But nobody says that though. Because it's not you the one who's doing it. It's not you the one. See, like for instance, somebody gets sick. Somebody gets sick. And the first thing that you want to do is panic. Do you know that you are sending that energy to your person who is sick? That panic, fearful, crappy energy. But it's your first instinct. So because it's your first instinct, somebody told you that they are sick. You send that fear, you send that panic, and you are projecting upon them. And they get worse because you are envisioning, you are imagining them. You are using your imagination. You are using the God-given power to see them worse. You are actually using your God-given power to visualize your partner or your family, somebody that you are connected to. You are seeing them in a worse state, which is your fear and your insecurities and your doubt. And when you put that energy on someone, they can't help because they're already in a low vibration. They're already in a fearful vibration. You add into it, not even realizing that you are projecting even more onto their lives. Nobody thinks about that because you know why? Because you're not aware of it. So if you're not aware of it, you're not doing any harm, right? If you're not aware of it, you're not doing any harm, right? You're not doing any harm. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing any harm. It's not you. Rondo, get over here. Relax. Move. You see what I'm saying? You're not doing any harm because you don't know that you're doing it. You're not doing any harm. JP, what's good? And so when you with your partner and you thinking the worst and thinking negatively and thinking cheating, thinking lying, you don't even know what you are doing. You don't even know what you are doing. You don't even understand what you are doing. You don't understand that you are projecting something upon someone that wasn't even thinking that way. But now here comes the emotions and the thoughts and your behaviors and bam, projection at its finest. And so we spend our life projecting these things without knowing. We don't even realize what we are doing because we are blind, we are sleeping, we stay asleep. So you saying that you can think my partner into going and sleeping with another person interested. I remember when I started to practice this type of energy transfer, and I realized I have used this practice to do many different things. I have had friends who told me that they were sick and asked me for help. And in the meantime, while they was far away from me physically, I have sent energy, literal energy, intentional energy, and in the moment they felt better. Right? I have used this, if you understand, I have used this same energy because I understand how it works to send somebody energy of sexual feeling. And then they call me from states and states away. Hey, Kirk, I am so horny. I know it. It was intentional. I have done it on my own. I have done setting people anger intentionally, but not anger, set them a situation. And it, because we have so much power that we don't understand the power that we have. And that's why we are misusing it. That's why we are so broken and tired and drained because we're using our power the wrong way because we're not aware of it. And when I talk about, so when I understand that you are projecting your thoughts and feelings upon your partner to assist them on their journey of doing whatever they are doing, you don't understand. We don't understand what we are doing. And so when I look at my relationship, I'm not thinking about her cheating. For what? I'm not thinking about her being miserable and being this and fearful because you are projecting that on someone else. You have to be mindful. I'm telling you all, man, your thoughts, it is your business. It is your garden to mind. You have to tend to your garden. You got to tend to your garden. You got to tend. This is why the scripture tells you, think about the things that are lovely. You know, you can think about something negatively and your mom never called you and asked you if you was okay? Have your mom ever called you and asked you if you was okay? Anybody ever, when you was having a bad day or when you were sick, your mother never called you and say, boy, you were just on my mind. You okay? Never? Nobody mom does this? My mom does. My mom does it. Sometimes my wife called me, Kirk, you okay? I was having a rough day. How she knows? She just knows because we project those things to our spirit. Listen, we are spiritually connected. I don't know why it's that hard to understand. We are spiritually. So what I feel, other times you feel. And if I feel a fear of cheating and lying, you are projecting that on someone else. And people who are sleeping, they just feel this feeling and they act out on it. They don't think, they act it out. People who are sleeping, who don't question their feelings, who don't question their reality, who don't question their emotions, they will act it out. Y'all don't know this? You will act out your feelings thinking that is yours. Sometimes those feelings is not even yours. That's why I talk so strongly about feelings and emotions, because a lot of times some of them ain't yours. They are being projected to you. You gotta be careful. Most of these thoughts that you're thinking ain't your thoughts. Most of them feelings that you're feeling ain't your feelings. It's projected from somewhere else, from some other connection that you have. We have to be mindful, man. You have to be intentional. And listen, I was looking at the stats. You know, I'm curious. I'm a curious soul. I don't know why. I'm just curious. I was looking at the divorce stats. The divorce stats between lesbians, divorce between heterosexual, and the divorce rate between gay men. Who do you think have the highest divorce rate? Lesbian, gay men, or heterosexual? Which one do you all think has the highest divorce rate? I was just curious to look at it. Heterosexual? It's actually lesbians. Ain't that crazy? Lesbians have the highest divorce rate. Not gay males. Gay males have about 19% divorce rate. Lesbians has what, 34%? Lesbians has the highest rate. It makes me think something. See, you see that whoa that you ought to say, you see whoa? It made me think something. It's not heterosexual. And heterosexual is way below lesbian divorce. You wonder why. Why do you think that is? I want you to come up with your own words. Gay men have the lowest. Gay men have the lowest divorce rate. Gay men have the lowest divorce rate. Heterosexual with men and women has more. And then lesbian has the most. Why is that? It's something going on, man. It's something that we're not controlling within ourselves. It's something that we have the spirit of we're never satisfied. We're never satisfied. There's something going. I think a lot of us carry a whole lot of stuff within and is not corrected because social media, this world is making it so easy for you all to just, nobody want to stick around. Nobody want to deal with anything. Nobody want to fix themselves. Nobody want to see themselves. Nobody want to believe them. Nobody. It's just, we just going from left to, we just doing it. And when you say those things, people begin to become defensive. For what? I'm not saying anything bad. I'm saying we need help. I didn't even say you all. I said we need help. We need help. Do you all know there are women out there who don't have nobody, who's afraid that they will never have nobody? I speak to women every day. I have a lot of clients. I speak to women. There are women who are afraid to have that they want to grow old and be alone. I know some of you all be trying to say it's otherwise on social media. You all be lying, projecting that. Not me. I don't care. Some of you all are scared to death. But, you know, social media sounds good. Social media give you all social media courage. And now when you say those things and then you change your mind, the universe is confused. Some of you are confused in the universe. One day you want this, next day you change your mind, next day you want this, next day you change your mind, next day you watch a movie, you want this, and you wonder why you don't get what you want. And there are women out there, I speak to them too. There are women out there who have multiple men, great quality providers, great men, multiple at the same time, don't know who to choose, don't know who to pick. I speak to them too. Why is one experiencing abundance and one is experiencing lack? I thought there was not enough men. Is the problem not enough men? Not enough good men? Or not enough, the thinking is flawed? Once you're going to realize that it's your thinking that's the problem, until you realize that you will never fix it. Until you realize that it's your thinking was always the problem, you will never fix it. How does God just create a whole bunch of raggedy ass men and just drop them here on this planet? Stays with cancer, I feel like. I know I need to control my emotions. What do I do? My friend just texted me that she has stage 4 cancer. I feel like throwing up. I know I need to control my emotions. What do I do? You do nothing. There is nothing for you to do. There is no sorry that needs to be said. You ain't got to be sorry. You did nothing wrong. What you do, you begin to picture her whole. Instead of using your emotions to suffer and to feel ashamed and to feel sorry, you use your emotion to see her at her best. You use your emotion to see her at her best. You use your emotions and your vision to see her at her best. Don't use your emotion to add fear. Don't use it to add, pity. She don't need those things. She don't need that. And I think naturally you want to send those things, but understand you are continuously sending that vibration to your friends. You see, when you have emotions and you can see somebody's face in your mind, when you have an emotion, imagine you sending your child fear and doubt and insecurities, your child is lost. Imagine that's what we keep doing to our kids. Child is lost. Your child is just born to fail. And so we have to be mindful. Don't use your emotion to fail because it's not done. The fight is not done. It's not even started yet. The fight ain't done. Nothing is done. It's just a diagnosis. Everything can be changed. Everything is fixable. Everything is fixable. You just got to practice believing. If you believe everything is fixable, what's to fear? You know what I mean? If you can believe everything is fixable. I think many of us, back to this other thing, I think a lot of us don't have faith. And I ain't talking about you, Jamisha. I'm talking about back to this thing I was talking about. I think a lot of us don't have faith. So fear comes. A lot of us are scared to death. We're scared to death, man. We're worried. What if it doesn't work? You're wasting time. It wasn't sad unless friends and family were. Exactly, Tam. Exactly. Exactly. That's what it is. A group class. Lacking hope too, indeed. Hey, Madison. A lot of us are scared to death. We are so afraid because we really don't trust. One of the things that we need the most is trust. And one of the things that we lack the most is trust. The majority of us don't have trust. And instead of not realizing that you don't have trust on the inside, you say, I don't trust the outside. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust no one. Instead of realizing that it only simply means I don't have trust on the inside. Yet you want to say, let me put that responsibility on the outside. I don't trust nobody. Because you think somebody is supposed to adhere to your standards or to adhere to your belief system or to adhere to what you will do or to do what you will do or to be you. You expect you from everyone else. That's not trust. That's stupidity and that's control. That doesn't work. And that's why you keep getting disappointed. So to stop yourself from getting disappointed because your control is not met, you know what you can say? I don't trust no one. Hey, Alyssa. And so you go in a relationship. So now you are single. You have this idea. I don't trust nobody. Take me to Vegas. How are we doing? Instead of realizing that trust is within, I don't trust nobody. So when you have that, you just have this strong ass resistance. And you resist everything. That's good. A person who have that strong resistance resists the good things only. Do you know that? Do you know a person with strong resistance only resists the good things? Because the bad things is in the same vibration as the resistance. Do you all know that? Resistance is a very low vibration. And those things that are in the vibration or frequency of the low resistance is what you attract. So when you are trying to resist that raggedy ass man, you are attracting him even more. Listen, do you understand that? You all get that? Yes or no? Tell me if I get that. They can't see the good in the person. Just because you can't see the good doesn't mean that the good is not there. I don't want to see the good in people. That's their business. I don't need to see the good in you. The good in you is between you and God. I just need to see the good in me. you know. I don't need to see the good in you. That's your business. That's between you and God. But it's not you that I trust or I don't trust. I trust me that no matter what you do, I'm gonna be perfectly fine. I trust that no matter what you do, I'm perfectly fine. So I don't have to resist you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have to resist because no matter what happens tomorrow, see some of y'all, who is worried about tomorrow? Is anybody here worried about tomorrow? Love you for being you. You get it now? Is anybody worried about tomorrow? You draw them with drugs closer, right? Them jokers. Many of you right now ain't worried about tomorrow. Financially, you have enough food and you have enough money, you have enough food and your bills are paid. Tomorrow, you're not worried about tomorrow. Because what happens tomorrow, you're gonna be perfectly fine. When tomorrow hits, midnight, you're gonna be, I'm good. Oh, I ain't gonna worry about tomorrow. You worried about tomorrow? Man, I'm sorry to hear that. But you're wasting your moment now that you can prepare for tomorrow now. Worried about tomorrow, but I stay at the present as possible. The thing about we have to learn the real law of detachment. And like Chesney, I don't know, you asked a question about the laws and somebody answered you about the laws. And this book is the first book that I read that really taught me what is the law of detachment. The law of detachment. Maybe I might read a little bit. The law of detachment. This is in my book is broken too. See, I actually use it. This book is the 7 spiritual laws of success. The law of the. Can I read this for you all, real quick? Can I read this? Can I read a little bit about you all? I mean, about this, because I think this is the one thing that we can't do. Is detach. So let me read. I'm not the greatest reader, but let me read this for you. It's a very short book. A matter of fact, I would recommend this book to everyone because this book opened my mind about detachment. I think many people think that detachment is I don't have to have any feelings about it and I could just forget you tomorrow. That's not detachment. That's just you never just cared. You just never cared. You know what I mean? Give me a second. What do I do? Give me 1 second. So we think that I am so good at detachment. No, many people not. So let me read detachment. The 6th spiritual law of success, the law of detachment, says that the way to acquire anything in the universe is to relinquish your attachment to it. Right? The way to acquire anything in the universe is to relinquish our attachment to it. This doesn't mean we give up the intention to create our desire. We don't give up the intention and we don't give up the desire. We give up our attachment to the outcome. The moment we combine one pointed intention with detachment to the outcome, we will have that which we desire. The moment we combine one pointed intention with detachment to the outcome, we will have that which we desire. Anything we want can be acquired through detachment because detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of the self. The source of wealth or anything in this physical world is the self, the field of pure potentiality that knows how to manifest everything, the self. All we need to do is nurture our deepest intention in our heart and go with the flow. Detachment comes from an inner knowingness that we are a pattern of behavior of higher intelligence. When things don't seem to go our way, we can let go of our idea of how things should be. We know that in our limited awareness, we cannot see the synchronistic, harmonious patterns of the universe, of which we and our attentions are a part. Attachment, on the other hand, implies doubt, distrust in nature's intelligence, and its infinite organizing power. Attachment is the melodrama of the ego because it is based on fear and insecurity. And this comes from not realizing the power of self. Those who seek security chase it for a lifetime without ever finding it because security can never come from material wealth alone. People say, when I have $1 million, then I'll be financially independent. Then I'll be secure. But it never happens. Attachment to money and security creates insecurity, no matter how much money we have in the bank. Attachment to the symbol of wealth, cars, houses, banknotes, creates anxiety because the symbols are transitory. They come and go. When we exchange ourselves for the symbols of ourself, we end up feeling empty inside. The search for security is actually an attachment to certainty, to the known, and to the known is the prison of our past conditioning. Let me say that again. The search for security is actually an attachment to the certainty, to the known. And the known is the prison of our past conditioning. Freedom from our past lies in wisdom of uncertainty. Without uncertainty, life is just the repetition of outworn memories. There's no evolution in that. And when there is no evolution, there is stagnation, entropy, and decay. In ancient wisdom tradition, the solution to this dilemma lies in our willingness to detach from the known, step into the unknown, and surrender our desires to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. The unknown is the field of all possibilities, ever fresh, ever new, always open to the creation of new manifestation. This field can orchestrate an infinity of space-time events to bring about outcome intended. But when our intention gets locked into a rigid mindset, we lose the fluidity, the flexibility, and the creative inherent in the field. Attachment to a specific outcome freezes our desires into a rigid framework, and this interferes with the whole process of creation. True wealth is the True wealth consciousness is the ability to have anything we want, anytime we want, with the least effort. Detachment is synonymous with wealth consciousness because with detachment there is freedom to create. How can we create when we are clinging and grasping and full of anxiety? We don't need to have complete and rigid idea of what we'll be doing next week or next year, because if we get rigidly attached to that idea, then we shut out the whole range of possibilities. The law of detachment does not interfere with goal settings. We still have the intention of going in a certain direction, but between point A and point B, there are infinite possibilities. With uncertainty factored in, we might change direction if we find a higher ideal or if we find something more exciting. When we experience uncertainty, we're on the right path and it's fertile ground of pure creativity and freedom. You all get that? You all get that? Hey, Tabby. You all get that though? You all understand that? This is one of the best books I have read. This is one of the best books I have practiced. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This book is an amazing, hey Butterfly Heart, is an amazing, amazing read. The Law of Detachment. It doesn't mean that you don't care. Marshall, you still there? It doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you don't get to control. When you plant a seed, you don't get to control how it grows. You just get to believe that it is growing. You know what I mean? When you plant the seed, you don't get to tell the earth how to grow it. When you plant that idea in your mind, you don't get to tell the universe how to bring it into fruition because you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know how it's coming from. You get to trust. You know why the baby is in your womb? Because you don't get to see it. Because when you see it and the way how it is and the way how it looks, you're going to panic and you're going to resist and you're going to suffer. And therefore, you're going to F it up. So it's hidden in a place inside of you where you can't see it. Because if you can't see it, you can't resist, you can't fear, you can't be insecurity. You just believe that the baby is being babied. And so therefore, you trust. It helps remove doubt. So this is what we must. So when I tell you that I remove the fear, because I let things be what they are. Yeah, I let things be what they are because even if it's not, so what if it doesn't go my way? I'm still perfectly fine. You know what helped me? It's a seed of opportunity or some greater benefits. Once you have this perception, a whole range of possibilities opens up and it's keep the wonders and the excitement alive. Indeed. What's up, Private Ryan? How we doing, man? I was going to say something. I forget what I was going to say. I was going to something. I totally forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying, y'all? What was I going to say just now? I forgot. But for me, yes, I think the best thing about me is this right here. The guy, today, when the guy was saying, what if you raise your lady to the top? What if you lift her up so high and, it doesn't end up the right way? It doesn't end up, yeah. Hey, Heather, it doesn't end how you want it to end. It doesn't happen how you want it to happen. You are worried about the wrong things. What if you lift your lady up so high and she still cheats? I get that. I get that often. That's not what men do. Focus on your career. Focus on your this. Focus on your Purpose. Let me tell you this. If you lift anything up and they drop and they fall on their own and they leave and they cheat, let them. What you mad about? What you insecure about? You only get to experience your character. And when you build your character, you can't control who is open to your character. And so if a woman want to cheat and lie, I said, the thing about me is this. I think one of the best things for me is that I went to combat. Not just one time, I went multiple times. And when I realized that I can come back from the places where you can't, the average man can't come back to. You can't come back. I came back from death, right? Deepak Chopra is the author. Deepak Chopra. When I realized that I came back from death, I don't think you'll get it. What if she chill? What if she still? What if it doesn't work? I hate women say all the time, what if you do so much for a man and he still leaves? Let him. But you do according to what you are. You don't do according to what they are. You be who you want to be. You be who you want to be. And so I went to combat. I've came back from things that the average person will never see in their lives. I have came back from the death, from the grave. I have seen things. I have been dead. I have died a few times. You think I'm worried about if I do all these things and she leaves? You think I'm going to die? You think I'm going to be sick? You think I'm going to be all this? No, it is what it is, life. This is life. I think you all are so afraid to experience life that you are afraid to live. Everybody is so afraid to experience life and fear and failure that you are afraid to live. You don't want to live because you think, what if I hurt? What? Hurt? How are we so easily damn hurt in the first place? How are we so easily hurt? Why are we so always hurt? Hurt about what? Why is your ego so easy? Why is your ego so soft? Why is your ego so sensitive? Why are you so sensitive? Why are you so sensitive? Like, why are you so scared? Why don't you want to experience both sides? Don't you want wisdom? Somebody said, I want wisdom. Well, guess what? To get wisdom, you have to go through some things to get it. What do you think? God is going to just, here you go, wisdom to you. Some of you have never been to nothing. Stop being afraid. What you afraid for? Because you don't know if you can take it. And it's not, life is very hard, Lovely, life is not very hard. Life is just life. You make it hard because you resist. Your level of resistance is so strong that you think life is hard. Well, thank you, Ellie. Thank you. You say I look so handsome. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know why pain, a lot of times pain comes with the attachment to a belief. When there's a lot of pain, you have to relinquish that belief system. A lot of raggedy ass belief systems that we have. A lot of raggedy ass belief systems is what bring most of those pain. Raggedy ass values that we no longer have, but we carry them. You know how many values that we carry right now that we don't even believe in? You know how many values that we walk around preaching, but we don't even believe them no more? We carry around a whole bunch of religious belief, emotional belief, and it's not real anymore. We have outgrown them. We just haven't realized it yet. And so we have pain because we are holding on to a belief system that's no longer working. You know what I had to do when I started my journey? And it's not when I started, because when I started, I didn't understand this. I had to let go of a whole lot of belief systems. You want to be free? Let go. Nobody wants to go to nothing. Alisa, you want to be free? Let go. Have you heard the parable of the twins? I don't think so. Miranda. Into a lot of our own elders believe. Indeed. But you want to be free? Let go. Y'all, I can let go of people in a minute. Not people, of belief systems, of tradition. You know how much, even Christ tells you about these damn traditions. You want to hold on to these traditions. I am come to set you against your tradition. to your father, from your mother. We want to hold on to this damn tradition. We got traditions whooping our asses. Now you believe in the tradition so much, even though you don't practice the tradition. I want a traditional man. Woman, you don't. You're not a traditional woman. Why do you want one? Because your grandmother had one? It makes no sense. So now you are holding a value that you don't even believe in. I want a traditional wife. Brother, you're not a traditional man. Let go of the traditions. You know, somebody asked, Kirk, are you a traditional man? I don't know, I'm not. For what? It ain't working for my family. I'm just trying to control. It ain't working for my family. It don't work for this relationship, so I'm not it. We have to be able to let go of those things when it's no longer necessary. When it's no longer needed, we have to let go of them. You know, in my relationship, it doesn't serve me any purpose to be traditional. So I removed it. I don't need to be it. I don't understand why are we so caught up into this belief system. And it's not, just look at you all. It's not working. Look at us. It ain't working. A man should be, why? You didn't make men. How do you tell a man what he should be? You didn't make us. A woman should be what? You didn't make her. How do you know? Did you have the blueprint? Were you there when they were created? How do you tell a man or a woman what they should be? Why can't you just see what they are? If I can live with it, I can. If I can't, I can. But we are making up all this belief in our heads, and just look at us. Create your own culture. It makes no sense. It ain't make no sense. Give me 1 second. Either. It makes no sense at all, man. It ain't working for us. You all don't see that yet? You all not see that yet, man? It ain't working for us. This stuff don't work for us no more. You want a man like your father. You want a woman like your mother. And you know, listen, you know what I had to realize, man? I think one thing I had to realize about men, about me, myself, is I grew up with a single mother. I never seen her cry. I never seen her struggle. I seen her struggle, but I didn't understand it. And, you know, I thought women were strong. I thought women were so strong and powerful that I began to do the same crap that my mom was crying for. I don't think we understand that. I thought a woman was so strong that I didn't realize that she was going to those things because she had no choice. So I made that choice for her easy. When I picked my woman, when I chose I thought she was so strong. And so we grew up thinking women are so strong and so much disciplined and so much powerful. You don't know what your mom was doing. You don't know how she was feeling. Because they never told us. You know, one thing about our parents, they never told us the truth. You know, our parents never told us the truth. They didn't tell us how much they suffered. They never told us how much they don't like and they didn't want this and their husband was raggedy and she was raggedy. They never told us the truth. They never told us what the little nasty things that they were doing. And so we believe now people are so bad. Why do you think they are so bad now? Somebody told me the other day, people are not good these days. And how do you know what they were last days? How do you know that there was better people? The world is so bad now. How do you know what it was before? People say these things. Do you know what you're saying? The world is getting so bad. How was it? How was it before? You mean when when God destroyed it? You don't think it was? And you know that was a few years after He made it. He destroyed. When you can piss God off so much that God said, "Man, F this." Listen, and those people was closer to God as we think. They were closer to God because they knew they were so close. They had Adam and they had Joseph and they had, Noah was there. And then you had Abraham, then you had Isaac and Jacob. And then you had all these people and, they must know so much. And, but when you had them people that was there and God said, man, I'm about to destroy because there was no cell phone. God said, I'm done with you all. Hey, Patricia, guys, are you raggedy people, man? I'm destroyed. I'm burnt. Listen, listen. And God said to Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm destroying this city. No, people were, the world is so bad now. The world was never that bad. Really? It wasn't? God's effed them humans. It was never that bad. Slavery, the Holocaust. You think it's bad now, huh? You know why we think it's bad? Because we don't use our thoughts. We don't use our thoughts to create. We have it the easiest. 200, 300 years ago, 400, 600 years ago, what was the life expectancy? Anybody know? 500 years ago, what was the life expectancy? Does anybody know? Anybody? Does anybody know? Somebody said 13. Hey, listen, I don't doubt 13. It is very low. 500 years ago, it was like 40. Before that, it was like 21. It was so much wars and fighting and stuff. No, it wasn't 100. It was worse before. Now we hit 80. 35 to 4. Now we have 80. We can live for 80 years. And yet, it's so bad now. How? Somebody, you keep telling yourself this, so you give yourself reason to suffer. Because you're not seeing what's there. You are seeing what's here. And what's here is lies. A bunch of lies. People are lying to us. People are telling you that it's just nothing here. Hey, Rickon, how you doing? Somebody said 10. I'm telling you, it was low back in the days. Then in those days, people was fighting wars and all these wars and destroying lands. It was very short. Since it was 35 years, 30 to 35 years. And then there was a time when they had plagues and all them stuff. Lifespan was very short. Listen, life is so hard now. How? You have everything. That's why it's so bad, because you have too much. You spoil. We spoil, man. We spoil as hell. And so therefore, we have everything and we still can't have it because we still have a lack mentality. Some of y'all wouldn't get far back in the days, boy. People living longer now. People living to 100 years. People living to 100 years. And here we go. Nah, listen, life is not hard. Life is in your mind. When you stop resisting, when you pick up the law of detachment, you realize how simple life really is. Let things be as they are. It's like I'm Neo visiting the Oracle whenever. I like that. That's deep. Thank you. I take that. I received that. Can you have a reading? I don't do readings. The reading is this. People, I think I have a lot of scammers who use my name to give readings. Let me tell you all about readings. Here's the thing about readings. Y'all gotta be careful with these damn readings, man. Let me tell you something. There's nobody that knows your future but your own feelings and your thoughts. Nobody knows your future except your feelings and your thoughts, because that's what attracts them. So if you have these thoughts, and if you have these feelings, and if you have these thoughts and these feelings, I can tell you exactly what's coming next. But that's common sense. That's not because I am a reader. That's just common sense because you are creating it. But the thing about readers that you have to understand, I know people using my name to scam and tell you that I give readings. I don't do readings, because when you give somebody a reading and you think that that person is knowledgeable, when you submit your authority to them, their readings will take place in your life. And when they tell you that you're about to get sick and all them crap, you actually going to experience it because you begin to believe it. Be careful about these damn readings. You are believing everything but yourself. We believe in everything. Somebody come to me in my inbox telling me the other day, hey, I want to give you a reading. I want to tell you something about you. I said, you think that you know more about me than I do? And I live this? You think that you know more about me? Thank you for that. I'm the one living this life. I'm the one here. I'm the one thinking and feeling. How are you going to know more about me? When God is telling you a message, tell God to keep his words to himself. And when he's ready to talk to me, he can find me himself. Tell God that he should be man enough to talk to me himself. And until then, I don't want to talk to him either. And I know for many of y'all, it sounds foolish, but you all are listening to these people hearing all these readings and you are believing it because something sounds good. Somebody have a card and telling you something in this card and you taking it personal because it includes your damn zodiac. Right? You hear a zodiac sign, so it must be true. Oh, I'm a Scorpio. What they say about Scorpio? I know, right? That's true. Fix your shit instead of depending on a damn Scorpio. Instead of depending on a zodiac sign, create the life that you desire. Y'all gotta be, listen, y'all gotta take it, listen, y'all didn't see. When I realized I was the one that created this, you can't read me no more. when I realized I was when I woke up, you hear me? Yeah, Mark. When I woke up from my sleep, when I realized, oh, I'm the one doing this shit. Oh, you want to give me a reading? No, keep your reading. Oh, you said this to me? Oh, you keep that word too. I don't receive it. You keep it. You know how many readings I got? I don't know why people like to read me. You know how many readings I got, man? Kirk, can I give you a reading? Please, can I give you a reading? No, I don't want your reading. Please, can I give you a reading? Why you want to read me for? Plus, if I'm going to go off this earth, I want to be surprised. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Surprise me. She did. She showed the tea. Surprise me. When I'm going to go from this planet, surprise me. Let me be surprised. I don't want you to tell me. No, I'm anxious. No, I got 3 minutes. Guys, I love you. Man, you can't have fun. Let me go in peace. Like, Lord. What you want me to count down? I got 16 and a half minutes. Come, family. And then you waiting to die. You just waiting there. Oh, my Lord. Kumbaya. I don't want to know. Surprise me. You know what I mean? Surprise the hell out of me. Take me whenever you want. I'm good now. Hey, Melanin. I think I'm joking. Man, listen. Here is the point of this video. The point of this video is this. The point of this message that I wanted to bring is this right here. You are projecting more than you realize. Worried about this around. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jasmine. You are the one projecting everything. You are the projector on the screen, and that screen becomes your life. You gotta be careful what you're projecting. You gotta be careful if you have this mind of lack and this mind of doubt. There is two powers. There's light and darkness. Neither is bad, neither is good. It's just what it is. It brings forth whatever you think. If you think on the left, whatever you bring from there is off the left. If you think from the right, you have a choice, you know. Do you know you have a choice? How do you stop projecting financial debt? By seeing yourself, stop seeing yourself poor. Remember, the self-image is everything. The self-image. If you think that you are a poor man and you feel poor and you see poor, you bring poverty. You see, an apple tree brings forth apples, not because he is anything else. It's because he knows that he's an apple tree. And all he can bring forth is apple. Since the seed was planted, the tree was in that seed. And when the seed is planted, that seed becomes a tree. There's nothing else that can come from it. It cannot bring forth mangoes or plums. And it's the apple seed is an apple tree in itself. It's image. When I show you the seed, you must see the tree. That's why Christ was saying, you don't see the Father in me when you look at me. You don't see the seed. I am the seed. And so the seed is fully the tree already. This is why Christ was saying, you don't see you want me to show you the Father? How foolish are you? You don't see the Father right now? When I give you an apple seed, if you don't see the tree itself, you're not seeing correctly. So your self-image is what creates your ability to grow or not to grow. The way how you see yourself. Now, if you see yourself poor, if you see yourself broke, if you keep saying stuff like, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. If that's what you see, that's what you get. Because you, as the one who command this reality, you're the one commanding it. So if you know that you are not an apple tree, or you're an apple tree, and you're trying to bring forth oranges, you can't. Hey, new heart. So how do you change that mindset? You have to see something differently in you. You have to see what you want to see in you. You have to see it. You don't need proof or evidence. You have to just see it first. When you begin to see it first, when you begin to see and feel, you see like how you can feel broke naturally, and then when you open your window, you broke for real. Somebody coming to take your car, somebody coming to take your money. You paying money, the bills come. Do you notice that when you feel broke? Let me tell you what happens. When you feel broke, your car needs services. Seriously, this is laws. Your car always breaks. Your kids always need something. Some school always calling you for this. Some bill is just always due. When you feel broke, the reality must bring that reality to you. The reality that must bring that belief system into fruition, because your feelings is what give birth to your creation. Your feelings are. So when you feel broke, you are giving birth. You see, like when you feel pregnant. Have you ever felt pregnant because you was pregnant and that child is coming regardless? Yeah, Gina. So when you feel broke, understand you have to bring that into fruition. So everything will be removed from you, because when you think about lack, everything got to be taken away from you because you're thinking about lack. I don't have. I can't afford. And you speak your whole life in it. I can't afford. That's too much. I can't afford. That's too much. I can't afford it. That's too much. Oh, that's too expensive. Oh, that's too much. Oh, I can't afford that. Oh, no. Nope, I can't. And so that's what you create. So if you want to change that mindset, you listen. When I tell you it's simple, but it's not easy. But it's not hard. It's just practice. You have to change your self-image. Change the way how you see yourself. Stop talking like a broke person. Stop talking like you're poor. Stop talking like you don't have no faith. Stop talking like you don't understand. Yeah, people live that way for real. Stop speaking your life into depression. Stop. I am so depressed. Okay, keep saying it. Affirmations, baby. Affirmation is real. Because you notice that when you say I'm broke, you feel broke. But when you say I am wealthy, you don't feel wealthy. Do you understand this? Cosmic pregnancy. Indeed, T. Indeed. Do you notice that when you say I feel broke, you can connect to it even faster? Because you remember the feeling, and the feeling comes, and therefore yes. But if you say I am wealthy, the feeling don't come because you don't know what it feels like. So wealth don't come until you begin to feel wealthy, until you begin to learn how to feel wealthy. When you say I'm wealthy, the mind believes it, because it's by emotions and feelings is how you convince the subconscious mind, by emotions and feelings. So when you keep saying no man is here, there's no good men, there's no good men, there's no good men, all the good men are dead, all the good men are this, all the good men are that, all the good men are gone, all the good men are in heaven, all the good women are gold diggers, all the women are this, all the women are trifling, all the women are ghetto, all the women are fake. When you begin to believe that stuff, you are affirming something. You are affirming your reality. You are affirming. Your affirmations are working because you believe it now. You say it so much that you believe it. And once you believe something, what else can you see? Listen, someone said this. The most important statement is that you have to believe it before you see it. You believe it so much, you are seeing it now. That's all you see now. You see others doing more, and you are not there. It's like everything is nothing. You know, sometimes when you see everybody doing more, you don't know what's in their minds. You don't know what's in their minds. You don't know what they are feeling. You don't know what their natural programming is. You know, everybody is programmed differently. There are some people, they could have great relationships, but their finances sucks. Their health suck. Their life in other places suck. And here you are. Your health is A1. Your finances is A1. Your career is A1. But you can't find a man to save your life. You can't find a healthy relationship to save your life. You can't. Because why? You are programmed differently based on what you see and what you believe. So you don't know what people are believing. That's why you can't look at people. You have no idea what's in people's mind. You have no idea what they resist the most. You have no idea what they don't resist the most. Sometimes you think that they are succeeding, but you don't even know. You have no idea. This is why we have to be mindful. We have to be careful about who we comparing ourselves to. You have to see yourself. Indeed, lovely. You know what I do every day, man? I say this all the time when I'm live. I do every day. I come in this room at 5 o'clock. 5:01, I wake up. At 5:10, I'm already outside. At 5:20, 5:25, I come in here and I read. 5:55, I sit and I meditate every day for an hour and 15 minutes before I wake my kids up for school. I'm sitting still. I'm going in deep. I'm thinking in my mind. I am creating my reality. I am creating and I am creating and I am creating. Nobody's bothering me. My kids ain't up. My wife ain't up. Nobody's up. Nobody talking to me. My phone ain't ringing. My phone ain't going off. Nobody wants me yet. Every single day, I'm right here doing it. And most people, you know what they do? Most people, you know what they are doing? Most people, they ain't managing their minds, they ain't managing their thoughts, they ain't managing their feelings, and they expect things to come to them how they want. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to be, you have to do it. How did you discipline yourself to do that? I began to discipline myself because I realized I had to choose either my feelings or the truth. I had to choose either my feelings or the truth. And the truth and my feelings sometimes was you notice that the truth and your feelings sometimes are just it's just clashing. It's just clashing. Man, the truth and feelings, that things be clashing. You'll be bumping. Oh, God, it just don't work. And so the feelings, I had to realize, wait, it's not about feeling something, it's about doing it anyways. And when you begin to practice and you begin to do, no matter how you feel, and then you begin to do. I was telling somebody the other day, I can feel like crap, but I don't even realize it because I don't depend on my feeling. I go to the track every day. I do a couple miles, and then I go to the gym. This is every day, by the way, every day. You think I worry about how I feel? How I feel is irrelevant. I do it because I said that I would do it. I did it because I said that I would do it. See, when I have kids, I realize what I say is what I have to do. When I have a wife, I realize what I said is what I have to do. So when it comes to myself, I do the same damn thing. I wash your car. Tomorrow comes and I don't wash it. She questioned me. So I do it. So when I tell myself I'm going to go to the gym and go to the track every day and do it for me, I do it because I'm just as important. So I learned that it's not about how I feel. So I was telling somebody, listen, my whole body hurts sometimes. When I come to this track, my whole body hurts from the day yesterday. But what does it mean? I don't even notice. Because I don't really put it that serious. I don't entertain my feelings that much. Ain't nothing wrong. It's just a feeling. And so I do it again. And I do it again. And after a while, you keep doing it so much that now it's a lifestyle. It's not a feeling. I don't depend on my feelings for nothing. I really don't. Sometimes my wife wants to go here and I don't feel like, I don't depend on my feelings. I still go. Because my feelings is irrelevant. Sometimes it's irrelevant. Oh, I don't feel like, okay. Sometimes I don't feel like coming live, but I do it anyways because I understand. Let me do it. I don't have to feel like it. Ask Miranda. I don't feel like coming live all the time. It's not a thing that I actually enjoy that much. But I do it. So how did I become more disciplined? I just practiced it. And I practice. And I practice. And I did it. I see what is my goal. My goal is to be fit in my 50s. That's my goal, right? right, Miranda? So my goal was to retire from the military in shape, in this perfect shape like I was still in. That was my goal. So I achieved my goal. I was working, right? I was working. Then when I retired, I realized, let me keep working. Oh, let me get 60 and let me be 60 years old with no erectile dysfunction, Let me get 60 without no big stomach. Let me get 60. And so now I'm doing what it takes. If I was 60 with no erectile dysfunction and stuff, what would I be doing? So I'm doing it now. So when I hit 60, I'll just do it. And so I just do it. I don't care how I feel. I just do it anyway. So you asked me about how do you show yourself love? You show yourself love. You know how I show myself love? Let me tell you how I show myself love. I don't think you want to hear this answer. How do I show myself love? I show myself love because the discipline that I have and the self-respect that I have is all I need. I show myself love by removing my anger. I show myself love because I don't keep anger within myself. I show myself love by forgiving. And it's not by forgiving myself. It's forgiving everyone who have trespassed against me. Because if I carry your burdens, I carry anger, I carry anxiety, I carry resistance, and my body hates that. So therefore, let me get rid of the anxiety. Let me get rid of that grudge. So I show myself love by not taking you personally. I show myself love by not getting mad at you, but by accepting your point of view. Not by judging you, but by seeing we are different. I show myself love based on those things that I carry. I understand. So, because showing myself love is not about, it's not about me getting my hair cut perfect. I don't need to do that crap. It's not about me doing this and doing that. Showing myself love, the biggest way to show myself love is to have discipline and self-control. When you have those two things, Lord have mercy, is love. Because one thing about love, love without discipline and self-control is reckless. Let me say that again. Love without discipline and self-control is reckless. You be used and abused, and you be mistaken, you be messed up, you be angry. Complete the verification. Oh Lord, have mercy, boy. This, I think TikTok is taking me off. I don't know what the hell this is. Complete the verification to continue your live. I don't even know what they're talking about. Can you all see me on TikTok still? I don't know what they're talking about. I don't even know. So showing myself love, man. Showing myself love is to understand. I don't carry nobody's stuff. I don't carry nobody's burden. I don't carry their pain. I don't carry their suffering. And it's not about feelings, man. It's not about feelings. It's not about feelings. Showing myself love, it's two different things. Love and feelings, two different things. And it's not that they don't matter, but my highest level of self-love is to not take anything on. It's to not punish myself. It's to forgive myself. It's to be easy on myself. And when I say easy, not just because I'm sore and I go to the gym, I mean I don't make it hard. I enjoy what I do. It's also fulfilling. I like to enjoy my own current space. Showing myself love is when I come down to my room every day and meditate. When I focus on the inside. When I feel so close and create, I feel so fulfilled. And when I connect to the Creator, that's showing myself love. If you can do that, man, life is be so much beautiful. Life will be so much beautiful. When I show myself love, and so I don't have to do anything much. I heard other persons say, okay, yeah, okay, good. Got it running. It's crazy, isn't it? So, but how, yeah, I practice this. I really practice this lifestyle. And when you practice it so much, it becomes a second nature. Yeah, you have to love with discipline. You love with boundaries. And one thing about love, or when you practice love within yourself, boundaries is one of the keys. I don't cross my own boundaries. I don't talk about myself like that. I don't know how you are be talking about yourself I think I did already. I hope I did. See, you talk about yourself negatively. I can't do it. If I don't allow my wife to talk to me like that, I don't talk to if I tell my wife, don't talk to me like that, and I talk to me about like that, then she gonna look at me like, what you say it about yourself. Why can't I say it? So I have to be mindful of the boundaries that I set because I don't cross my own boundaries. That's showing myself love. That is, listen, the way you talk about yourself, show yourself so much love. The way you talk about yourself and the way you think about yourself shows the most love. But many of us out there just speaking so blindly. Gee, thanks for the word. I am thankful. You be easy. Where are you at? You must be in UK or something. Huh? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What's inside shown on the outside. Indeed. Man, the things that you talk about, the things that you say, and the things that you think about yourself is the most highest form of self-love and appreciation. So the way I think about myself, I don't know. You have to weed your thoughts properly, man. You have to weed your thoughts. You have to tend to your garden of your mind. Good night, I am thankful. You be easy. Validation from society is so important. That's why you create your own society. You create your own clan. You create your own group. You got people. See, I have an online group that we share thoughts with. We meet every Saturday and we share thoughts or we share ideas. But the whole world, nah. Society, nah. You have a small group that make you realize that you're not crazy. Make you that, because the validation of the world, man, of society, that world is gonna F with you. Look at the things that spread online. Look at the things that spread. It's nonsense. You will more see nonsense going viral, nonsense spreading so fast, bad news spreading so fast, but the good stuff, you don't see it. That stuff goes so slow. The bad news goes so fast, you have 10 million views in 10 minutes. The slow, but the good stuff, man, the truth takes its time, man. The truth takes its slow ass time, and it just, yeah, I'm about to go for a walk, and it just easy on down, just slow as hell. You gotta find your tribe. Find your tribe. Find your own tribe. You gotta find your own tribe in this world, man. You gotta find your own tribe, and it's a beautiful thing. And you know what? When you find your tribe, you find your people, you ain't got to impersonate anybody. Small group of minded. Yeah, I'm telling you. You ain't got to pretend to be anybody special because they like you just the way you are. God, me, myself, and I. That's a terrible group right there, Cam. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, don't take this the wrong way. If it's just you, yourself, and I, we are in a world of people, of relationships. And if you can only relate to yourself, something is off, man. I'm telling you, something is off. Something is really, really, really off. If you can only, and the reason why we can, and I'm not talking about this person who commented. The only reason why we can say God so easily is because God ain't there. God ain't physically there. Because you can't, it's not tangible. To many people, it's not tangible. You can't see him. He can't tell you, what are you doing? He can't look at you and shake his head when you're doing something stupid. He can't shake his head and just look at you. You see what I'm saying? And so, of course, the things that are far away, the people that are far away, we can love our ancestors, we can love Jesus, we can love God so much. But if they was right next to us, see, when your ancestors was alive, you couldn't stand them jokers. You couldn't stand them. When they was alive, right? You couldn't stand them jokers. Because they awaken all parts of you that you can't stand. They awaken places in you that you don't even want to be awakened. They awaken your insecurities, your doubts, your question. Listen, Jesus, I don't know who you think. You think that you're better than everybody, Jesus? If Christ was right here, right now, you would tell Christ, you know what? You think that you're better than me. You ain't better than me because you walk on water and stuff. I can't walk on water. He would bring out all your insecurities. But yet, we were quick to say, Jesus, I love Jesus. We love him because he ain't here. I bet if he was here, you will be one of them damn Pharisees because you are so involved with your own traditions and your own crap that when he says, hey, come with me, no, I have things to do. I got stuff to do. I don't like people. You know who don't like people? I realized I was doing some research. You know who don't like people? People who are very rude. People who are easily triggered. People who are very emotional. They are afraid to get triggered. Seriously. That's the ones I don't like people. Why? Why not? You are people. That's your tribe. Because we are easily so damn triggered. Everything triggers us. You know why? Because we are so insecure. We are so insecure. We are so easily insecure. We are so easily triggered. We are so easily bothered. We are so easily angered or upset. Because that's why I don't like people. Why? Why people? Why? If you don't love people, how do you love God? When God is in people, when God is people. The Bible tells you to love everyone as you love yourself. He even showed you an example of Christ. We mentioned God, but Christ was among people. He was amongst people his entire life that the Bible spoke about him. Christ was amongst the people. He was in crowds. He was in groups. He was with the 12 disciples. He was with Mary. He was with everybody. Yet we don't like people. How? Which example are we following? What example are we following? What example are we following? Whose example? Ain't Buddha's, ain't Christ, ain't Krishna's. Who? Right? Exactly. Exactly. Whose example are we following? Christ even intended to be among people who are believers, just like you are. Then we have people who is just me. Just you what? You know why we are born in families, in society, in groups, in cities? Look what happened to him. Cap said, look what happened to him. That's a good point. That's a good point. But look what happened to him afterwards. Look what happened to him afterwards. He was risen, right? Isn't that what people celebrate? Easter and stuff. I thought it says without his death, nobody could be saved. Didn't he save the world from stuff? From their sins? Ain't that what the book said? Then there you go. So what happened to him was supposed... You know, let me tell you something, right? A lot of us, we have to understand, man. A lot of us, we have to understand that we have to go through these things so that we can grow. Yeah, buddy. We have to go through these things so we can grow. That's right, Star Candy. We have to go through these things too, amongst all these people, so we can grow. I think we have to see our triggers. I think, you know, I remember, man, when I came from combat, it was society that showed me my triggers. It was people that showed me my triggers. When people talk, I was triggered easily. When people did this, I was triggered. When people did that, I was triggered. And when I began to see my trigger, I began to thank them for it, and I began to fix myself. I began to fix myself. I began to see myself clearly. I began to see my stuff. If you don't like people, you will never see your stuff. Because one thing about people, they will mirror the hell out of you. You see, when I look at people, the way how they talk to me, the way how they approach me, the way how they respond, the way how they come to me, I'm telling you right, I'm paying attention. Because I want to know how I'm thinking, how I'm saying, what I'm projecting. I want to know what's going on. Yeah, so, song, I want to know what's going on. If I'm mean, people are mean to me. If I'm ugly, people are ugly to me. If I'm disrespectful, I have more enemies. And so I want to see how I'm projecting my energy. I want to see. I'm curious. I want to see who comes to me, what comes to me, when it comes to me. Because if I see what's coming to me and I don't like it, I change what I feel. I change what I think. Let me see who comes to me again. Oh, let me change again. You have to keep changing your stuff. People will mirror you. You know, we don't understand. Dogs, cats, everything. Flies gonna bite you up or not. Every moment is a lesson. Every moment is important. We have to let people show us. You see, like me, I use myself on purpose. When I come on these platforms, I come very respectful. I don't call nobody out. Yeah, there will be people who who's gonna cuss me out. There's gonna be folks who are gonna cuss me out. People who are not gonna like me. But that's expected. And so when I see how people receive me, and when I see I care about people generally, and I care to answer questions, and I care to make you, then I realize what I give out comes back. I get it too. I get it back just as much. I get it back all the time. And so it makes me keep doing what I'm doing because I get it back. So I'm allowing this world to mirror me. So the way what I project, what I give off, I look and see what I get back. And what I get back is amazing. You have to pay attention. People are there for a reason. But anyways, folks, it was good talking to you guys. Use it to understand yourself better. Indeed. Had the same description. Yeah, man. It's good seeing you guys and it's good being around you guys. I will talk to you guys another time. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Look into the eyes of another and see yourself staring back through their eyes. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Facts. Thank you, Jamisha. You all have a beautiful one. Have a beautiful evening. Have a beautiful rest. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful day. I love you guys. You guys behave. Be nice. Be kind. Be loving. Be fruitful and multiply. Be strong. But be mindful. You know what I mean? Be mindful. All right, Nikki, you have it easy. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.